not again. What is going on, guys? Shipmaster 22 here, and finally welcome back to the AOR highlights. It's been a very, very long time since we last did these. Currently, at the time of recording, we've just finished Canada. So, yeah, I'm a little bit behind on these episodes, but they will come out thick and fast over the next week or so. I've got time off work, so I can get on it, get editing, get these highlights out, so it won't be long until we get them up. But Kate, as you saw by the intro, we're in Bahrain, and well, we've bottled it again at qualifying. Just kept on corner cutting, simple as that. So I'm starting down in 14th, which is just superb, just where I want to start. So starting on the soft tyres, one stop here in Bahrain, simple, easy peasy. I say that now, and this race won't be, but that's classic me, classic racing. But that's 5 red lights, and away we go for the Bahrain International Grand Prix, and we get a shit start as always. Down towards turn 1, tricky braking zone, and there's one person to watch out here. His name's Krish, in the Williams on our left, and he is a pain in my backside throughout this Grand Prix. But we managed to move up a place to 13th. But the Ferrari gets an awful exit, and I was overtaken by Stu on our inside, but he backs out, and out of nowhere, bang! The Williams takes out Coxon, which he was not very happy about. And Krish, I don't know what he was playing at in this Grand Prix, but he's all over the shop as we come through Sector 2, down the hill, and there's a laggy car in front of us, a bobsleigh gamer, which of course, if you remember from episode 1, we had a bit of contact with him, and he didn't finish the race. But on to down the hill, the worst corner on the F1 calendar. We try and pop it on the inside of Chris, because he brakes mega early, and we can't do it. So we stay up behind him as we go down the second DRS. No DRS as yet, but Chris doesn't accelerate off the corner, and we decided to plough into his rear end, and that well, that gives us damage. So yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, we are all over the shop now on the first lap into the gravel, and Krish overtakes us down the inside, and got really nowhere to go, unfortunately. But it's the end of the first lap. We've gained 1 position still, so still a positive. Sort of, not really, because we have front wing damage. So we're trying our best now to race. I should have really pitted straight away, but with my knowledge of how F1 works, I decided to stay out because, you know, of course I am an expert. So down the inside we go of the Williams driver, just about stopping on time, no locking up either. So I just managed to make it through. Krish gives us a little push, which superb. Cheers, mate. So we stay back in P12. Someone pitted on the first lap. So, and then we've got Pricey behind us, who eventually will overtake us as well, which is superb. It's just how I like to start a Bahrain Grand Prix. Damage, going backwards, and having to do a 2-stop. Just the way I like it. But Krish drives it down the inside of Devon, and I mean, Krish is all over the place here. I don't know what he had for breakfast, but it's like Wooty-Books with steroids, because he is all over the place. So we outbrake ourselves, because of course we've got half front wing. So Pricey goes up our inside. We try our best to defend, but we can't really do much. A little bit of contact there, a bit of desync, but around the outside we go, and we just got no traction on the outside, and he pops it up our inside, and then we've got Monkey Pie behind us as well as Krish spins. That's just unlucky. So he's round, so somehow still in P12. So we head on into the pits for a front wing change, because we're idiots and we crashed. So a front wing change and a tyre. So we are now doing the 2-stop around Bahrain, which is not ideal. And then my audio goes, which is perfect, and you'll hear Briggsy asking why I'm in the pits.
Why are you in the pits?
Because I've got front wing damage, mate. Because unfortunately Chris decided not to accelerate off a corner. So that is damage for us. Put on the mediums, so that will be our middle stint, and then we will put on a set of the softest compound at the end of the race, I believe. No, on the mediums actually, so we put on the softs I think at the end. it's a while ago since I did this. I've edited it, and I just couldn't be bothered to actually do the voiceover, but we finally did it. So we head out in 16th, and already we lock up and miss the apex like a treat, which is great. So here we go, coming out next to Chris, who's just come out on the super soft, so he's going to the end on those. So doing the one stop on lap number 7, I believe. Comes out on, so trying to battle away with Chris, trying to get past him up towards turn 4 we go, try and go around his outside, but that's never going to work because of course I'm not very good at racing, so I don't know why I thought I could do that. I essentially only can overtake when we've got DRS open, which is very rarely I even manage to do that. So down towards the worst corner on the F1 calendar, still behind Chris for now. Had some great battles already with Chris, as you'll see as the season continues, but Chris goes a little bit wide there. We pop it down his inside, a little aggressive, a little bit too aggressive, back in steps out slightly, and we have a bit of a ding-dong with Chris and the Sabre, but it's all good. And this is where it goes tits up, and I've watched it back, and this is all my fault. So I'm adjusting things on the steering wheel, and my steering wheel is really sensitive, so as you can see, I'm weaving about all over the shop, and Chris plows straight into the back of me, and that's really not good. Here's Chris's version of events, and as you can see I'm weaving all over the place. I mean, he could have sort of dodged me a bit better, but I mean, yeah, it was my fault. I only admit I was wrong, but I think Chris puts it a little bit better than I do.
Cheers to Shut, weaving on straight.
Cheers to Shut, weaving on straight. Love a northern accent. Absolutely beautiful. Hopefully, Chris, you understand how to pronounce my name after this video. I hope you do. But into the pits we must go. Yeah. We've gone to the soft tyres. I can't get out because Chris comes into the pits. So he comes in, and that is a change for him. We come out in P10 or 11, I believe, as old Jake, the other Welshman in the league, overtakes us, and we have a great battle with him in a second. As again, I just can't do the apex around the pits. I mean, I think I'm just a bit slow. Just can't do it. Mentally and physically on track. But here we go, trying to overtake old Jake down the second DRS straight. We actually have it for once, so we pop it down the inside, and we try our best to overtake, and we don't succeed. Classic Coldplay round, but we're trying our best trying to go around his outside, but that's never going to work through there. Very close to his back end, through the double right-hander, going into the last sector of this rubbish track, down the hill, trying everything in my arsenal, try and get past him, but we wait until we have more DRS, trying our best to go around, and we actually hit the apex there for the very first time. It's going pretty lap 20. Well, we'll start 23 seconds. And we've got DRS again for once, down towards the first corner. Brake too early because Chris out brakes us, but we hold the inside line and round we go. Nicely done. And we move up to P8, which is lovely, into the points. Well, we continue going through the points, and we have a more battling up ahead. We've got Pricey, who of course overtook us early on in this Grand Prix because of my damage on the second DRS straight. So we're fighting away for, it's actually P5 and 6 really, because we're on fresh tyres, so we're pretty rapid at this current time. But you've got Pricey and I think it's Devon, the American, fighting way ahead of us, and they have a bit of an incident. Actually, they don't. No, Pricey just spins by himself, and we give him a massive whack into his side. Surprise! I still have 4 wheels, and he still has 4 wheels, but I'm completely unintentional. Just happened to have a bit of a crash there, and look who it is! It's Chris once again on our backsides, and well, he just overtakes me quite easily, and I realised after the incident I had with Chris, I should better sort of stay in a straight line rather than weaving on the straight. So he goes past us very easily. He just came out on those super soft, so he's pretty quick. And Devon is still ahead of us in his Red Bull. He pitted far earlier than I did, so he's slow. It's a bit of struggles for him. So up the hill towards turn 4, we go for the 25 5th time here in Bahrain, trying to keep up with these. I knew if we keep up, I could potentially get to P7. I thought Chris was faster, simply that he was on fresh tyres. And Devon, I could sort of, like I said, thought I could potentially get. And Chris, I mean, great move. I'll give you that. It was one of the few good moves he actually made this Grand Prix, but we followed him through and we overtake Devon. We try and keep up with Chris here, but backing steps out and you've got no chance there. Yeah, absolutely no chance. So on to the penultimate lap, and lightning does strike twice for Chris as he comes round the double right-hander, and he's in the wall, and I almost shot myself thinking I was going to get taken out by his Strachan car, but luckily we continue going on. We plough on and stay in P4. So I was very happy with that. After last week we finished in P4, so last week, the last episode, which was, last month actually, it was a while ago, almost 2 months ago. Jeez, I am rubbish at editing. But anyway, we finished the Grand Prix in P number 5, which I was very pleased with. Very, very pleased with. Briggsy finishes 3rd, I think. Yeah, Briggsy finishes 3rd. So Renault 3 and 5, which is good. Good for the team. So I was pretty happy with that. I think still top 5 for the championship. But on to China, where it was a very it was a dry qualifying. We knew it was an intermediate race, staying because it's the whole way. So we could go on the ultras, and the Renault boys managed to qualify in P5 and 6, which is quality. Still haven't beaten Briggsy this season in qualifying yet, which I don't know. I'm just a bit shit at qualifying, and Briggs is a lot better than I am. My race pace is a little bit better than his, but I say that he's done better than I have. As you see, the season progresses to the next couple of races, but. You have China, and we've still got Baku to come in this episode, so it is a jam-packed episode of races. China, of course, in the wet conditions, and I knew, I'm on a wheel, so the wet conditions is 11 in this game is actually turned from the previous game. So, starting in P6, Briggsy on our left, Coxon in front of us. You've got LC, and I can't remember who else was ahead of us, but Trish behind as well, but that is 5 red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix, and away we go. Coxon gets an atrocious start. I mean, that is poor. We get a little bit of a wheel spin, but karma hits us because we just don't turn. Simple, just don't turn, and that causes us to go wide, and we lose 2 positions. One to Adam Lee, and one to Trish, I think he was up ahead of us, but still trying to go around the outside, but we are not having that. But wait, what's that in the distance? Seems like a wild Briggsy bidding it in the wall. I believe it was contact with someone, but he bins it and he crashes, which he was not happy about. There was lots of swear words coming out of his mouth in the party as this happened, but up into 7th now. Coxon goes a bit deep here, so we try it round his outside, which never really works. He does push us a little bit wide there as we come round the double right-hander, and we almost lose it there, and we almost lose it once again. Stu is not far off either, so we've got to be careful here on the first lap. There's a bit of a concertina effect here, as Fawn has a bit of contact with Adam Lee, and then we have contact with Coxon as Stu hits the back of me. So yeah, everybody banging into each other as Fawn does it to the inside. Coxon goes for a spin coming out the snail section, and that allows us to move up to where we started finally. And on the back of Fawn, which I do have some great battles with him as the season progresses, down his inside, coming towards the hairpin, and we bottle it, go straight on there in the wet conditions, outbreak myself, but we still have the inside line coming towards here, and I knew 2 abreast wasn't going to work, but I tried it anyway, and I decided to go for a rallycross line and take out the ball. Luckily no penalty for myself, as we stay in P6 for now, behind Fawn on number 2. Round we go, and managed to make it work through there, but we try and go round Fawn's outside here. I knew I was quick in the rain from the pace I did it from practice, so we try our very best to get the best traction, quick shift up the gears, trying to get as much power as we can down towards turn number 4 we go, and we lick the stamp and absolutely send it down his inside. Well, actually it wasn't as impressive, I remember. We don't even make an overtake. We don't even actually move up at all through there. But towards the next corner we go, and we go round the outside, which I was very happy with. Down, and then we hold the inside line on there. He tries to go around the outside, reaches the back end, and that is us up into the top 5. Finally in the position of where our teammates started, but of course he bottled it and crashed as we almost lose it on the AstroTurf there, but luckily keep it on track. Moving on to the next lap, we can see the 3 drivers ahead of us: Adam Lee, Jamo, and I think that is all Trish as well. Adam Lee going very wide on the double left-hander. We try and pop it down his inside here, but it's not working. See all those purple sectors? It's, we're doing all right in the rain. But Adam Lee has a bit of a mare there, and we pop it up his inside through this section, which I've never actually done any overtaking through. So it was helpful for us. Jamo, I'm not sure where he is off. Maybe to Narnia, but he goes wide, loses a heap of time, and he's a little bit of a slipstream, and we go down his inside. One of the easier moves I make in this Grand Prix. He's keeping up with me though, so I can't go back to the racing line, so we have to take it really sharp around the hairpin. So nicely done through there. Losing the back end, classic cheap out of 22, but we managed to survive just about there, and more corner coming from myself as LC Speedham was the new fastest lap. But moving on to lap number 8, the next man on our hit list is Trish, but he just goes wide, and that allows us up the inside. Probably the easiest overtake. I mean, there's been quite a few easy overtakes here in this Grand Prix, but we move up into P2, and we've got LC Speedham and the man in the lead at the moment in the Sauber. Tyre wear not going well either, so as we move on. So basically, we make quite a few mistakes in this lap as we take a bit of a spin on lap number 12. And that allows all Trish straight back through. So basically, I want to do a one-stop, but to get to the halfway point, I need to get to lap 14, and the tyre really wasn't good. I tried my best, but I didn't succeed at all. And this is where it sort of goes wrong, and you'll see in about 30 seconds where it all goes wrong. Well, it goes wrong multiple times, but I'd love to hear what you think about the crash. As well, I've spoiled it now. We do have a crash. I won't mention who it is, but round here we go. We go for a bit of a spin here, too fast into there, and we spin it round, and it allows Fawn and a couple of the other drivers to get back ahead of us, so they go round our outside. Fawn goes 1, and then Monkey Pie also gets us, and then the next man is LC, who is on our backside as well. So around we go the snail section. We're going extremely slow because, again, look at the tyre wear. It's just not good whatsoever. Like I said, I need to do 2 more laps. Realistically, I should have done a 2-stop, but I tried to be ballsy and it didn't really work. Down the straight we go on lap number 12. And at sort of this point, I was like, yeah, okay, I've got a pit, I've got an option. I'm being overtaken in every single place. But Elsie goes round our outside, and the first bit of this is his lag. He's all over the place here. Not really sure where he is on track. Lovely bit of desync and lag. And then he brakes mega early, and we go into the back of him. I can admit I broke a bit late, but he broke way too early. I mean, way too early, and we're in the back of him, and we've got no front wing. I mean, we're going in the pits anyway, but it just adds a couple of seconds into our time, which really is not what I wanted at all. And he took me to the stewards afterwards. I mean, he won the race. He won this race, and he still took me to the stewards, and it resulted in a 5-second drop from where I came. Before that, this is where the tyre with less wear goes before the tyre that has more wear, which classic Cody's. I mean, it's anyway. He took us to the stewards, and it gave me 5 penalty points, and also added 5 seconds to where I finished, which, gotta be honest, it's just a bit dickish. You won the race, there's no need for it. I didn't intentionally crash into you, did I? Anyway, it's what he wants to do. If he wants to take me to the stewards, it's his choice. I had my argument, didn't work. Bit of a prat, really, gonna be honest. wasn't happy. So I finished in P6, but they dropped me down to P7 because I had 5 seconds on top of where I finished, which was great. So China did not go well for me. Good points haul, but not what I wanted realistically in the championship, because we're doing quite well, constructors and individually in the championship. So yeah, again, like I said, not really what I wanted, but hey ho, if you want to be a dick, you're gonna be a dick. But yeah, so we finished in P6, but P7 in the end of it. So Briggsy, of course, not finishing. So that ends China. But next up is Baku, which doesn't go well either. I'm going to be honest, lads. It's and ladies, if there are any ladies watching, it doesn't go well either, as you'll see in a second. So yeah, China's one to forget, as well as Bahrain and Australia. All three. I could have done a lot better in all three races, but Baku doesn't start off very well. As you can see in the background, I'm in the wall at Castle, so yeah, not a good start. Not a good start at all. So we're starting at the back of the grid. As you can see, I'll scroll down. So Briggsy starting in P4 because Briggsy's good at qualifying. Starting in P16. Just so shit. It's just, I don't know what it is. Me and qualifying do not go well together. Do not go well together. I don't know. I do plenty of practice, but I just don't be able. I'm just not very good at it at all. But lined up on the grid, starting in P15 because someone lagged out. So there is 5 red lights for the Baku Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. Lots of wheel spin on my end, which is great. Manages to stay ahead of Thorn behind us, but his teammate goes for a little spin on the inside here. I don't know whether there was contact with anybody else, but ahead, this is where it goes bad. So we dove it down the inside because there's a huge gap. He then turns in on me, and then Bibbin had contact with Pricey, and we go straight into the back of him. So another classic start by Chukemaster 22. So we've got damage already. I mean, we did gain 2 positions at the start as whoever's in that car goes straight on. I don't know who it was. My screen's too small when I'm recording to know who it is. But yeah, damage once again early on. Just classic. We're getting a lot of lag. It happens to be my internet decided to have to grow an extra chromosome really in this race, as you'll see later on. So they might be lagging, but on my screen they're lagging. On theirs they're completely fine. Just, yeah, so through the castle section we go, just about make it through there. Well, I mean, we barely make it through there. It's like me being in an electric wheelchair going so slowly through there. But through this quick section, that harsh driver of Bobsleigh Gamer bins it through here, and the VSC decides to come out, which is sort of positive for us because that allows us to pit. As Jeff starts complaining about going so slow. I mean, I'm slow already, Jeff. I mean, I don't need to add to the paint, but we come to the pits, and LC decides to release very late. I don't know whether he got a warning for that or the penalty, but that slowed me down. So I don't really know how he's allowed to release the car when he essentially drives into me. Maybe trying to get revenge from the week before. Who knows? But coming down the straight, LC is behind the other half, so I'm not sure who that is. But he goes down his inside. It's quite an aggressive move. He just bonks him out the way. And allows us through. Actually, Krish. So Krish from Bahrain gets taken out. Not taken out. He gets put in the wall. Krish now in the half, so he's changing cars as well. So it's a bit confusing, really, in this league, and that's not really what I want. Would like some consistency at least. So try our best to keep up with LC, and I brake too early, and then I re-brake, and I still hit the wall. The easiest corner on the circuit, and I managed to bin it. It's just such an idiot. It's just second race in a row where I get front wing damage. And screen freeze. I mean, sort of really sick of the last 3 rounds. Just don't go my way. It's just like, I mean, I just run out of words. The fact I get a screen freeze twice I just felt like giving up league racing altogether. It was just shit. That's how I felt. I really just did not feel good at all. But that's the end of the highlights. It's a bit of a long video. Hopefully you stayed to the end. If you are new, subscribe. Like the video if you did enjoy. Comment below on your thoughts on everything that happened, all my shit driving. Love to see that. And we'll see you very soon for a brand new video, be it Beyond the Visor or more league highlights. Hopefully both, if I get time. We'll see. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in a little bit.